Today, I want to talk about farm budgeting, especially for beginners. Those of you who are just starting your farm, all right. You need to understand about basic budgeting to know how profitable your farm or farm business will be. All right. Farm budget is a simple plan, all right, that shows how much you will need to be able to start your farm, and also shows how much you will also get from your harvest and also income. So the piece of document that will show that is your farm budget. Why do we even need a farm budget? Listen to this. We need a farm budget because we need to prevent overspending. Sometimes if you don't do a budget to to guide you, you will spend more than what you need to. That's one reason, all right? And also having a farm budget helps you to secure financing support. If somebody wants to support you, or maybe an NGO or Ministry of Agriculture, they want you to have a budget that will outline all the expenses and even your projected income. So when you have a farm budget, it also helps you improve planning and decision making. If you want to make some plan, you just want to start, you need a budget to guide you and also to improve your decision. So having a budget also helps you identify, opportunities, for improvement and for adjustment, all right, in terms of costs. You must have a budget that will share with you how profit will come about. So here is it. This is the step to take. First step to take is to estimate your income. Estimate how much produce you will harvest or will be harvested at the end of the farming season, all right, or your production season, all right. That will help you to know how much will come out, and then translate that into pure money and know how much money you earn from your production activity. All right. And how do you do that? You need to calculate the number of produce that will come out of the harvest, and then know the selling price, that will price, and then you just do the math and know how much money you will raise out of your production. Part of the budgeting process is you need to list all your expenses, every expense, including production, operations, and even marketing. You have to list them in your budget as a plan. So, for example, if you are into crop production, you need to have a consider land preparation, labor, seed, fertilizer, manure, transportation, labor costs, everything around that. All right. You need to go into poultry production, for example. You need to consider your poultry housing, chase, medication, all of that. You need to consider it in your budget. And some part of the budget you need to consider miscellaneous. Why? Because there will be unforeseen circumstances that will come about and you need to spend money. So you need to allot a little portion of your of money for miscellaneous, those things that are unforeseen. Not another part of the budgeting is where you compare your expected income and the total expenses. All right. So what you do is you subtract your total expenses from your expected income. So with that calculation, you will know that if your total expenses is more than your expected income, that means you have to check your plan. But if your expected income is more than your total expenses, that means you have potential profit. You can go ahead and because you expect to get some money, after all of your expenses. That is simple as ABC, and that should be your guiding principle for investment as a farmer. For example, all right, if your expected income is $2,000 for your production, and then your total expense is $1,400, that means you have a potential profit of $600. With that, there's an indication that you will make profit and you can go ahead. As simple as that. So you need to do your estimate for income, do your estimate for expenses, and then compare the income and the expenses and see whether the income is greater than the expenses, and then there's a potential profit. With that, you are doing farming as a business. A lot of people do not follow these kind of steps, and they have not been able to realize anything because they don't have a clear direction, a clear plan that shows what will come in and what will go out. Thank you so much. Today's video was sponsored by Ma Bedun Farm. They are into equipment and logistics and everything around farm development in terms of machinery, you can get to them. If you also need any agriculture input, you can also get to them, right? They are very renowned business, working with government, working with NGO and other development partners to strengthen our agricultural development, especially with machinery and mechanization.